So after a while, I decided, hey, why don't I just make this into like a business? So I opened up a sole proprietorship. I registered, with What up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in to another video. Rush SRT here. Today, we're talking about a pretty important topic, one that I see on the channel quite often, and well, the topic of money. So a lot of people are curious about what I do for money, how I make my money, how I'm able to afford these cars at 24, and how I pay for insurance and gas and all the crazy stuff that comes along with owning cars like the ones I have. So first of all, I don't really think what I do is anything special. I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary, but since a lot of you guys are very curious, I figured I'd just answer the question and help give you guys a little bit of insight. Sorry, my cat's making a little bit of noise. Leo, let me grab him real quick. Guys, meet the little baby Leo. Say hi, Leo. That's his way of saying hi. This guy's super tiny, super small, and he's my little son. So anyways, let's talk about the topic of money. What it is that I do for a living. Now, I've mentioned this on live stream before and maybe in a previous video, I'm not sure, but I told you guys that I work in marketing. I've been in marketing for the past 4 to 5 years. I love, the online marketing field. It's a very competitive field, very fast-moving field, and for me, I get bored of things that don't move very fast, so it works out pretty good. So how I got into it was, years and years ago, when I was at a young age, I was going through high school. I was trying to find ways to make money because I hated asking my parents to give me an allowance or to give me money for food and clothes and stuff like that. Stuff that you ask when you're kind of a teenager. So I wanted to find ways to make money on my own. And one way that I found was through completing online surveys. Now, although it was cool to complete the surveys yourself, it was actually a smarter idea to get people to complete the surveys under you. So to recruit people to do surveys under your account. So what I ended up doing was, he's eating my little strings here. But what I found out was if I recruit people to do the surveys, then I would make more money since I would get a commission for every survey they completed. So that was kind of like a little bit of a marketing tactic that you had to use to try to build sites and stuff like that to get people to register for the survey sites. I was doing that at age 14, 15. It was pretty cool. So I was making a little bit of side income from it. Getting a check every month, and it was the coolest thing ever, especially when you're young and the internet just seems like such a big world, and being able to generate some money from it definitely felt like a pretty decent accomplishment. So, fast forward, senior year of high school, I'm getting ready to graduate, didn't know what I wanted to do, what field I wanted to go into. My counselor suggested a program called ROP Coastline, which allows you to get into different fields. One of the fields was dentistry, and I had a curiosity about dentistry because I had really crooked teeth that I wanted to get fixed. So I just was really curious about being in the dental field. I did the dental assisting program, and I was the distinguished student. I did really well. I ended up landing an internship with a pretty popular doctor, one that did a lot of procedures and was really good at what he did. This doctor taught me a whole lot of things about life, about managing money, managing time, being productive. And I was with him for a good while, maybe 4 or 5 years of working under him and kind of learning and absorbing things just like a sponge would in terms of knowledge and information. While I was working for him, I started off as a dental assistant. I moved up a little bit every year, so I would kind of make a leap into a different section of the office. At one point I was kind of managing the office, running an office for him. I knew just about everything that had to do with that office. It was like the back of my hand. I spent so much time there. 60, 70-hour work weeks were totally normal. And after a while, we had a kind of a downturn in patients. It was a little bit of a rough time, we needed more patients to come in, so I offered to help market the practice online. And the doctor was like super old school, so he didn't know much about marketing, and he just gave me the green light to get going on it. And I did. I just started marketing the practice. We were getting new patients, and things were looking pretty good. I realized at that point that I wanted to, pursue marketing a little more seriously. So I was just about done with my general education, and I was in the business school at Cal State Fullerton. So I decided to pursue a concentration in marketing. And that's kind of been what got me into it. After leaving that dental office, while I was there, I started kind of pursuing side jobs as well, taking on like little small projects, helping kind of friends with businesses build websites and market their small businesses through social media, reputation management. I was making videos for them, taking photographs for their businesses, just kind of helping out whichever way I knew how. So after a while I decided, hey, why don't I just make this into like a business? So I opened up a sole proprietorship. I registered, with the city and everything, got a name going, and went into business for myself. I started recruiting small businesses, going to them, offering them my services, and if they signed up, they signed up. I would make them a website, build them all these social media pages and help promote them. And it was pretty good money. It was really good money for, I was like, 22, 21 at the time, running this business and competing with like other businesses around it. It felt like a solid move, but I quickly realized that I wanted to finish my bachelor's degree, and it was something that was kind of being held back by the business. The business holding me back. It was taking way too much time. I couldn't really focus on classes. I was kind of not doing too well in my classes at the time. So I decided, after having kind of a talk with my parents and stuff like that, it would be the smarter decision to finish school and then kind of continue on with, the work I was doing. And at that time I decided, okay, I'm gonna shut down the business and focus on working towards my degree. I didn't want to completely cut my income off, so I got a job at a real estate firm, since I was really curious about real estate at the time too. So I did that for a little bit, for about a year, and then I wanted to do YouTube, so I left that, tried to pursue YouTube. It was a complete failure because I tried to vlog and it just wasn't something that I was really that passionate about. So I left that and just started kind of doing things on the side. So doing like consulting work, doing some like freelance work, like through online websites, flipping cars, everything you can think of. I was just attempting to make money. I did not want to go back to a 9-to-5. I hated being in a 9-to-5. It was like such a creative killer for me. So I did that for a while. And then I started this YouTube channel, which took off. It did really well, but I wasn't making any money from it. So I needed a job to kind of get me through until, this channel did a little better, to the point where I could, afford to just make videos and not have to work all the time. So fast forward, let's say, it took about a year. About a year I worked for a company in the automotive field. I was doing marketing for them, primarily in their social media department, and it was great. But for me, I just, I saw more potential on YouTube and into like the side kind of hustles that I was doing. I just enjoyed those more. Yeah, I could probably make more money with that company, but it just wasn't as enjoyable. And I was willing to sacrifice the steady kind of pay that you would get month after month for the sake of being, kind of free, have the freedom of time and being able to do what I want. And that's what brings me here today. So today I don't have a full-time job anymore. I strictly do kind of like a few side hustles, and one of them being YouTube. And now I'm getting ready to pursue my master's degree. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I hope you guys can kind of take a few things out of this video. I don't mean to flex or anything like that, but that's just kind of my journey. And I decided to share it with you guys since I get asked all the time what it is that I do. So now you guys kind of at least know what it is that I do. So from me and from Leo, who's sleeping now, he's sleeping on my lap right here. Little baby. All right, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Rush SRT signing out. Peace.